Today marks 2 years since the attack on the seat of America's democracy when pro-Trump rioters stormed the U.S. Capitol to impede the peaceful transfer of power after Donald Trump's 2020 election loss to Joe Biden. Now the estate of Brian Sicknick, a Capitol police officer who died after responding to the insurrection, is suing the former president. Here with the details is CNN's senior legal affairs correspondent Paula Reed. Paula, good morning to you. What do you know?
Good morning, Donald. We're actually getting some news about special counsel Jack Smith. We've learned that he recently returned to the United States. He had been working abroad in Europe following a bike accident. And now that he's back, we've learned that he is staffing up. And Don, he is going to need all the help he can get because we have learned that he has a mountain of new evidence to sift through as he decides whether the former president or his associates should be charged related to January 6th.
We cannot afford to brush political violence under the rug or turn a blind eye when others encourage it.
While President Biden commemorates the second anniversary of the January 6th Capitol attack by presenting medals to D.C. police officer Michael Fanone and other law enforcement officials who responded that day, the Justice Department continues the biggest criminal investigation in its history. Already, more than 950 people have been arrested for their alleged participation in the deadly riot. Roughly half have pleaded guilty, and 40 have been convicted at trial. Just one has been acquitted. The House Select Committee that also investigated January 6th believes that prosecutors should charge former President Trump and his associates as well.
We want to make sure that the key organizers and movers of this attack don't escape the scrutiny of the justice system.
That decision is now up to special counsel Jack Smith, appointed to oversee the investigation into efforts by Trump and his allies to overturn the results of the 2020 election.
Based on recent developments, including the former president's announcement that he is a candidate for president in the next election, and the sitting president's stated intention to be a candidate as well, I have concluded that it is in the public interest to appoint a special counsel.
Attorney General Merrick Garland promised that Smith's appointment wouldn't delay the investigation.
He promised to the American people in his own statement that there would be no pause or hiccup in his work.
But Smith is still in the process of putting together his team, bringing on 2 longtime associates who specialize in public corruption cases, a source tells CNN. Smith also must comb through a massive amount of evidence, including what the January 6th committee recently turned over and discovery collected from lawyers for Trump allies late last year, some of which has not even been opened yet, according to sources familiar with the probe. Smith himself fired off a round of subpoenas to officials in 7 key battleground states and received a trove of documents and this voicemail from someone claiming to work for Trump's post-election legal team seeking access to voting machines.
I'm a lawyer with Rudy Giuliani's team working for the president, and we need access to some Dominion machines, which we understand may be something that you could help us with.
Federal prosecutors have been increasingly focused on Trump's state of mind after the 2020 election. But in an interview with CNN, Trump's lawyer, Tim Palatori, said they are not worried, at least about the evidence gathered by the committee.
They've outlined a few charges here, all of which are completely legally insufficient. And so, we kind of look at it as, it's political noise, but it doesn't really have any effect as of right now on our defense.
The January 6th committee ran into obstacles with key witnesses like Mark Meadows, but the Justice Department has additional tools, including going to court to try to compel these witnesses to cooperate. But time is of the essence here. There is a lot of concern that this could go too far into the election cycle. So Smith is under a lot of pressure to move this along and make these decisions as quickly as possible. Don.
All right. Paula Reed in Capitol Hill, thank you very much.